Hi, I'm Zeel, and I've tried to record this more times than I can count. Today, I'm sitting in my home as I'm saying this, as our office is still being built, and almost every time I've set up to do this, I've stopped halfway and questioned whether I even want to. So I might fumble, and that's fine. I would rather give you this raw than wait for some polished version of me that has it all figured out, because honestly, that version does not exist. And here's why I kept coming back to record it anyway. One question has followed me everywhere for months now. In my DMs, in my comments, under almost every video I post. It's not which AI tool should I use or will AI take my job away. It's what are you actually building? Why did you come back to India for this? And when are you doing it properly? And see, I've given short answers for months, but you deserve the full one. So why India, why now, and what no AI actually is? Let me start with the decision people question the most. First, I came back to India by choice because India is about to go through the biggest professional shift of our generation. Hundreds of millions of working people, engineers, doctors, CAs, marketeers, founders, every one of them is going to have their work rewritten by AI in the next 5 years. A shift that big in my country while I sit somewhere else optimizing my own comfort, I couldn't make that math work. So I moved back not to watch it happen, but to build in it. Now, I should be honest about who's telling you this. I'm not an engineer, I never was. I am a woman who spent the last decade building businesses. I moved countries, I started by selling shoes, learned whatever I had just to get to the next opportunity. Walked my way into project management and ended up running projects for Fortune 500s. Then I quit that to build my first business and then a few more. This side of it, Instagram, talking to the camera, is barely a year old and still very new to me. And I honestly still rewrite every caption. I still overthink and question myself at every small step because I'm still scared of getting it wrong. And even now, when I sit in room with engineers who understand these models, how these models actually work, and there's a voice in my head that says that you don't belong here, that you're not technical enough and someone's going to ask me something I cannot answer. But here's what I've realized in those rooms. Half the people in there are actually trying to figure it out too. Nobody got the manual. Nobody. We are all learning in real time. We are just pretending that we are not. And that not being the engineer in the room is exactly why I think I can see what everyone's getting wrong. Because I came back and I studied the AI content space here properly for months. And I want to be careful, right? Because I make AI content too. I'm not standing outside this industry pointing fingers. I'm inside it. That's exactly how I know how this machine actually works. See, open your feed and count. AI will replace you in 6 months. These 9 jobs are already dead. Learn these 10 tools or you're finished. I understand why, because I've felt the pull myself. The fearful thumbnail gets more clicks. A scared viewer buys faster than a curious one. The algorithm rewards panic. So panic is what gets produced. It's not that the creators are evil, it's that the incentives are. So people are not learning. They're collecting tool lists and saving AI hacks and feeling further behind every week. That's not education, that's extraction. And here's the thing I wish more people would say out loud. The tools were never the interesting part. They were not even the actual point. What you actually do with them is. And almost everyone right now is doing this completely backwards because the real conversation was never tools, it was confidence, execution, and fear. See, AI is not magic. It's not going to replace being a human, but it finally gives people like us enough leverage to start the business, finish the project, act on the idea that's been keeping us at night. And I care about this because I've watched gaps my whole life. The wealth gap, the rich get richer, or the opportunity gap, the ones who already have the most is given the most. And also the confidence gap, the loudest person in the room takes the most credit. And now I think we are building another one, the AI gap, where people have already decided this isn't for me or I'm not technical enough, I will never understand. And every single time someone says that to me, I see myself because I have said those exact words to myself over and over. So the only honest response is to build the alternative. That's what we are doing. It's called No AI. No AI is three things under one roof, and every one of them exists for the same person. You, the working professional, the non technical person trying to figure out AI without the drama. So, the first is No AI Enterprise, where we help businesses actually implement AI and tech that supports real revenue growth. Second, our own products. We don't just talk about AI, we build with it every single day. And everything I teach you gets tested on us first. And third, No AI University, where professionals learn AI properly. I'm not hiring trainers who teach AI, but I've never shipped with it. I'll teach it myself from what we build, and alongside me, people who use AI in their real jobs every day. See, a marketer running real campaigns with AI, a developer shipping real products with AI. See, there's a world of a difference between someone who teaches AI and someone who uses it. It shows you exactly how, right? So now the real deal, and I'm going to keep this honest rather than impressive. I won't promise you that every video changes your career. Nobody can promise that, and you should run from anyone who does. What I can promise is that everything we put out comes from real use. A workflow we actually run, a tool we actually paid for, a bill that actually shipped or actually maybe broke. And we'll show you that too. So some videos will save you an hour a week, and some will save you from the expensive course you didn't need. And some will just make you a little calmer about the next 5 years. What you will never get from us: doom thumbnails, fake urgency, fear. The moment we scare you into watching, we have become the exact thing I came back to fix. So that's the full answer. I came back to India to build. I saw a content machine running on fear from the inside, and now we are building No AI to be the alternative. The content, our own products, and the university. See, there's no launch event or any kind of countdown. This video is the launch, and the work will be the announcement. Week after week, learning in public, failing in public, fumbling, like I probably did somewhere in this video as well. But I need one thing from you. This whole thing started because you kept asking. So keep going. Tell me in the comments, what's the one thing about AI you wish someone would have just explained or taught properly? And also without the drama. So the first phase of No AI gets shaped from those answers, from you. So you asked why. This is the why. I am Zeel. This is day one. Let's start to build.